Former Vice President Mike Pence, he went on Fox News Monday night. He went there to tell Sean Hannity how unfair the media is being to Trump supporters that attacked the Capitol on January 6th, that mild little insurrection. Well, apparently the focus on their attempt to undermine our democracy is a distraction. Here's Mr. VP.
I know the media wants to distract from the Biden administration's failed agenda by focusing on one day in January. They want to use that one day to try and demean the character and intentions of 74 million Americans who believed we could be strong again and prosperous again and supported our administration in 2016 and 2020.
That man. Well, while Pence seems to be really concerned with disparaging the intentions of MAGA, I think we all know that the insurrectionists really made their intentions quite clear that day. Yeah, I think we all got to see it and we were all very afraid. But it also seems that Pence must have forgotten about President Trump's intention to that day, because afterward he posted this tweet that really seemed to die with his Twitter account. He tweeted, "Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not the fraudulent or inaccurate ones, which they were asked to previously certify. USA demands the truth." That was good old January 6, 2021, a day we will never forget. And let's not forget that former VP Pence, well, he admitted in June that he and Trump may never see eye to eye on the events on January 6th.
President Trump and I have spoken many times since we left office. And I don't know if we'll ever see eye to eye on that day. But I will always be proud of what we accomplished for the American people over the last 4 years.
That man was nothing but hiding and scared on January 6th, and he had good right to. Anyways, Jank, how does VP Pence's little comment sit with you?
Well, look, the good news is how pathetic Republican politicians are, and they're totally exposed. Think about that, man. They chanted, "Hang Mike Pence," you just saw it. And he knows that, and Secret Service whisked them away, and reports were that the mob was within about a minute of catching Mike Pence. They were looking to murder him, and he's now kissing their ass. Do you have any idea how weak you have to be as a human being to do that? If someone tried to kill me, I'm coming over the top, right? Rhetorically, at a minimum, okay? You think, and what, I'm just stunned by the lack of any character, any strength, I was gonna say humanity. It's like, it's humanity towards yourself. Don't you have any self-respect? You coward, you weakling. Trump never apologized to him. Now, look, they had words. And Pence went and said, "What? They were your supporters were trying to murder me based on what you said about me." Trump didn't apologize. That I can't begin to describe how insane that is. And Pence himself says, "Oh, we parted amicably after we talked." Now, you don't say you parted amicably unless you were fighting. I wouldn't say, "Oh, before Anna went to go debate Ben Shapiro in Philly, we parted amicably." Why were we fighting? Right? No, obviously they don't like each other. Obviously Pence didn't enjoy nearly being executed by Trump supporters, and Trump doesn't care. And by the way, let's also note every time the absurdity of it. Mike Pence had a ceremonial role. The vice president cannot unilaterally overturn the results of an election. And I want to say two things about that. One is, it's like Trump and his supporters getting mad that the guy throwing out the first pitch in a baseball game didn't win the game. He's not in the game. It's a ceremonial role. But they really believe it. The inmates are running the asylum. They're lunatics. That's not how it works. Now I can prove it to you. Unless, by the way, you say I'm right. Okay, so if you're a right wing out there and you hate me and you say, "Oh no, it's totally wrong. Mike Pence could overturn the election and said that Trump won instead, and Trump would still be president." Goddamn Mike Pence. Okay, great, thank you, I appreciate it. That means next election, doesn't really matter who wins. Kamala Harris is vice president. She could just overturn the election and say, Joe Biden's the winner. Thank you, we appreciate it.
That sounds perfectly fine to me. I don't see why, it shouldn't be another way. It just seems very, it's just very low budget to me that Mike Pence can look himself in the mirror after essentially the things he's been put through by the Trump administration, by Trump himself, and still purport like everything's fine. The only way and the only reason I could see him doing this is he still fears MAGA people coming after him in some way. But the thing is, he brought this on himself. He knew exactly what it meant when he ran on the VP ticket with Trump and got in bed with such a disgusting human being. So as far as I'm concerned, he made his own bed and now he gets to sleep in it with my pillow. So
and
that's how I see it.
But Adrian, it's not just that he's afraid. No. This buffoon thinks he's gonna run for president and win. That's the only reason you'd go out there and humiliate yourself like that and grovel to the Trump voters. No, now Trump voters who try to execute me. Remember, I still love you guys. Hey, Mike, I got news for you. They're not that into you, okay? There's a 0% chance they're gonna vote for you. All Trump has to say is, I'm very disappointed with my vice president, and your career is done. Look, he said he was dissatisfied with you and they almost murdered you. You think you're gonna win the nomination in the Republican Party? You fool, you loser, you miserable human being. Just please do yourself a favor, go hide in a cave. Your shame should last you for the rest of your life. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.